Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It's another Stormlight Archive one. I'm really excited to have gotten to do this, and because I'm passionate, you get free colored. Yippee. I also really wanted to show the color reference for your tattoo, so you can get the swirling Everstorm and High Storm together, which is kind of like what I imagine you would want, because you said you wanted storm clouds and Journey Before Destination and lightning and stuff. So anyway, let me go ahead and explain the design choices of this before getting into the explanation. So centered around this last letter, this letter N here, we have a swirl of red and we have a swirl of blue. You're of course welcome to change it all to blue if you want only High Storm. And then in this we have again the clash between the High Storm and the Everstorm. On the background that I drew of those two cloud formations, if you wanted like the actual cloud background. So I feel like this would be a very difficult tattoo to make blend in with the skin. This is more doable. It is less clouds, but you still have, your swirling corona of these two lines here, which you can color cloud-like and then put the lightning on. And on these lines, it's okay to put more lines, hence why the lightning is on those lines, because it won't affect the translation. And then, of course, here we have our actual black and white of the design, where it's all just the black line work. And this, I think, honestly, looks kind of messy for one of my designs until you put in the different colors here, because it looks too kind of busy in here with these all black lines as the backgrounds are black lines as well. So I think it does need some color on these swirls in order to get the visual distinction between this shape and this shape. Otherwise it looks like too many lines swirling. So anyway, I'm going to actually read this one because I think that this is easier to see all of the elements because I have things layered than this one. So let's go ahead and read it. So you read the script starting at the bottom and you go counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time. This outer circles are set in circle. This line is just some inner set in circle thing, but mostly it's to visually connect up to the U. This little line here is a bonus line that doesn't do anything. This is the only bonus line that doesn't do anything. In fact, it could, I guess, be a quotation mark at the beginning, because a quotation mark is one line. I'm okay with it being read as a quotation mark or as a bonus line that doesn't do anything. Here's our first word. First letter of our first word at the bottom is a full circle with no modifiers, no dots or lines. The grid is up there. The rows are determined by the letter stems. I'm going to say full circle for things that are full circle, like this. Then there's the deep divots, like this. Then there's the shallow divots like this, and then there are crossing circles. So even though these are both full circles and these are both divots, this is a full circle that's floating inside our word circle. This is a full circle that's crossing our word circle. This is a shallow divot because it's 50% or less of a circle, while this is a deep divot because it's more than 50% of a circle. So here's a floating full circle with no modifiers, and that makes it a J. First row, first column, second row. And then we have a vowel. Vowels are smaller circles that are empty in the middle. And an O is internal, so if it's attached to a consonant, it's like a beat on a consonant string, where the E, if it's attached, is floating inside the consonant. So this is a J-O. Then the U has a line going outwards. The R has 1, 2, 3 dots. The N has one line. This blue line is the line modifier for the N. The E is centered, and then the Y is a crossing circle with 2 dots. If you wanted to make these dots more spheres to get them like, the spheres with the glowing stormlight, you could totally do that. I kind of did a little bit of that glow to it, but I didn't want to go too ham with lighting effects because I know how hard that is to tattoo. So that is Journey. Journey. Continuing counterclockwise, here's our next word. We have a deep divot with no modifiers. These dots go here, these dots go to the R. So that's a B with no modifiers. E, centered. This F actually has 3 lines, even though there's only one red line. These two also count as lines because they end on the F. 1, 2, 3 lines on the F. O, internal, R with 3 dots, and then E. So there's before. Then our last word, starting with this deep divot. We have 3 dots on it. These dots can't go with this N or with this S because this has a line and this has 3 lines. So this can't go with anything with lines, so it has to go with this deep divot, which has nothing except for those 3 dots. So that's a D. An E is centered. Continuing around, here's an S with 3 lines, a T with nothing. It's important that this line can be seen passing through. If you end it here and you end it here, it'll be a V, not a T. So we need this line to continue through. I, line going inwards, N with 1 line, A outside the word circle. And even though these two are in line, because the A is attached, again, in line with this consonant, like all the other consonants, you read the vowel after the consonant. So the A is read after the N, just like the E is read after the N, and this O is read after the J. And the E is after the B, and R, so on and so forth. This is an NA. T, nothing on it. I, line going inwards. The O, a little bit scoochied inwards, is important. O inside, and then our N is this last big circle here. These blue lines group up and pass through it, so they don't count, but these red ones group up and end on it here. So we can't have 4 lines ending on a letter, so we know it's not a 4-line N, and they combine before they attach. Therefore, it only has 1 attachment line and counts for only 1 line. So there's the N. So yeah, that is Journey Before Destination. Here it is in the actual image. If you want a print of this, I'm happy to send you a print of this. But yeah, for like, I don't know, $10, something like that. I don't know. Little prints I sell for 10, bigger ones or more, whatever. Anyway. Yippee. Since I did free coloring, you're welcome to use it for a tattoo reference, but if you want a big old print, yippee, would like more dollars. But yeah, so here you go. Your tattoo line work, your tattoo color reference, and then your bigger tattoo color reference if you want to actually add storm clouds around the outside. So yeah, that's that design. I'm really happy with it. Thanks. Bye.